Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order. My name is Vincent Marasco. I'm the Colts Township Board of Education's Business Administrator and Board Secretary. I am serving tonight as temporary chairperson until such time as a board president and vice president are nominated and seated. So at this time, pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, this meeting has been duly advertised in the Asbury Park Press in a schedule of meetings dated January 16, 2025 and March 4, 2025, notice of which has been filed with the Deputy Clerk for Colts Township, and the requirements of posting of notices have been met. Would everybody rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the flag of national anthem.
Bear with us for a technical moment. Thank you, Dr. Garibay. Okay, at this time, I would like to discuss the school board election results from the November 4th, 2025 school elections. We have a certification by the Monmouth County Board of County Canvassers relative to the election held on November 4th for the Colts Township Board of Ed, a full term, and the County Board of Canvassers has officially certified that Phyllis Camera, Angelique Volpe, and Richard Wickberg were awarded the full term for 3 years. So they have been duly elected and certified by the Deputy Clerk, the County Board of Canvassers for Monmouth County. Okay, at this time, I would now like to administer the oaths to these 3 members, and with us tonight is Mr. Richard Wickberg's spouse, who is a New Jersey attorney in good standing according to the New Jersey courts, and she is going to administer the oaths, which is legally permissible to our members. So we're going to do it in alphabetical order. So I'd like to first call Phyllis Camera.
We'll begin. I, Phyllis Camera,
I, Phyllis Camera,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear
and that I will bear
true faith and allegiance
true faith and allegiance
to the same
and
to governments established
to governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
states
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Phyllis Camera,
I, Phyllis Camera,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member of a Board of Education,
for office of member for the Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Furthermore,
Furthermore,
I affirm and declare
I affirm and declare
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
as a voter,
as a voter,
nor disqualified due to a conviction of a crime
nor disqualified due to a conviction of a crime
or offense
or offense
listed
listed
in new NJSA
in NJSA
18A
18A
12-1,
12-1,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the
Discharge.
duties
the duties
of the office.
of the office.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Our next elected member to be administered the oath is Angelique Volpe.
I, Angelique Volpe,
I, Angelique Volpe,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to governments established
and to governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Angelique Volpe,
I, Angelique Volpe,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member
for office of member
of a Board of Education,
of a Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Furthermore,
Furthermore,
I affirm
I affirm
and declare
and declare
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
as a voter,
as a voter,
nor disqualified
nor disqualified
due to a conviction of a crime
due to a conviction of a crime
or offense
or offense
listed in NJSA
listed in NJSA
18A
18A
12-1,
12-1,
and that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
discharge the duties of the office.
discharge the duties of the office.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you. Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And last but not least, Mr. Richard Wickberg. Please come forward.
I, Richard Wickberg,
I, Richard Wickberg,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to governments
and
established
to governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Richard Wickberg,
I, Richard Wickberg,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office
for the office
of member
of
of a Board of Education,
a Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Furthermore,
Furthermore,
I affirm and declare
I affirm and declare
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
as a voter,
as a voter
nor disqualified
nor disqualified
due to a conviction of a crime
due to a conviction of a crime
or offense
or offense
listed
listed
in NJSA
in NJSA
18A
18A
12-1,
12-1,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties of the office.
discharge the duties of the office.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Wickberg, at this time, you may take your seat at the dais. Thank you very much, Marissa, for administering the oath. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So now that we have Mr. Wickberg seated, and I will now take a formal roll call of the constituted board here. Mrs. Camera,
Here.
Mrs. Horowitz.
Here.
Mr. Arico.
Here.
Mr. Rignetta.
Here.
Mr. Scales.
Here.
Mr. Scarpa.
Here.
Mrs. Volpe.
Here.
Mr. Walsh.
Here.
Mr. Wickberg.
Here.
Thank you very much. You have a quorum. Okay, at this time, we're going to move to the election of president and vice president according to statute. This process will be that I will open the floor for nominations on the board for president, and I'll entertain, as many as there are, and then after that, I will call for a roll call vote for each of the board members nominated. So at this time, I will open the floor for nominations of board president.
I nominate Angelique Volpe.
I second.
Well, we only, you're making the same nomination of, okay.
No.
Are there any other nominations? Okay, hearing no others, seeing no others, we will close the nomination, close the floor for nominations, and I'll take a roll call for the election of Angelique Volpe for president. Mrs. Camera,
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Arico,
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta, excuse me,
Yes.
Mr. Scales.
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa,
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh,
Yes.
and Mr. Wickberg.
Yes.
Okay, the motion carried. Congratulations, Mrs. Volpe.
Thank you. Okay.
And
Okay.
I'll go through for the
Yeah,
numbers for
yeah.
vice president, and then you can proceed, or would you like?
Yeah.
I can do it, yeah. Okay. All right. All right, thank you. At this time, I'm going to call for a nomination of the vice president.
I nominate Phyllis Camara.
I second it.
Any other nominations?
I'll take the roll call.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Okay, seeing no others, roll call for the election of Phyllis Camera for vice president. Mrs. Camera,
Yes. Thank you.
Mrs. Horowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Arico.
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta.
Yes.
Mr. Scales.
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa.
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe.
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Mr. Wickberg.
Yes.
Okay, the motion carried unanimously. Congratulations. And now, at this time, I will turn over the
Okay. All
meeting
right.
to Board President Angelini.
All right, great. Thank you, Mr. Marasco. All right, at this time, it is customary that we do the adoption of the School Board Association Code of Ethics. At this time, I'm going to start with Mr. Wickberg. We will read aloud all 10 of them. So if Mr. Wickberg, if you could proceed with that, with number 1.
Sure. Uphold and enforce all laws, rules, and regulations of the State Board of Education and court orders pertaining to schools. Desired changes shall be brought about only through legal and ethical procedures.
Do the next one. Make decisions in terms of the educational welfare of children and seek to develop and maintain public schools that meet the individual needs of all children regardless of their ability, race, creed, sex, or social standing.
Confine his or her board action to policymaking, planning, and appraisal, and help to frame policies and plans only after the board has consulted those who will be affected by them.
Carry out his/her responsibility not to administer the schools, but together with fellow board members, ensure they are well-run.
Recognize that authority rests with the Board of Education and make no personal promises nor take any private action that may compromise the board.
Refuse to surrender his/her independent judgment to special interests, partisan political groups, or to use the schools for personal gain or for the gain of friends.
Hold confidential all matters pertaining to the schools, which, if disclosed, would needlessly injure individuals or the schools. In all other matters, she will provide accurate information and, in concert with fellow board members, interpret to the staff the aspirations of the community for the school.
Vote to appoint the best qualified personnel available after consideration of the recommendation of the Chief Administrator Officer.
Support and protect school personnel in proper performance of their duties.
I will finish up with number 10. Refer all complaints to the Chief Administrative Officer and act on the complaints at public meetings only after failure of an administrative solution. At this time, I'm going to ask the board members to please sign that Code of Ethics and pass it down so we could submit it to Mr. Marasco. Okay, so I just want to take notice of the Open Public Meetings Act. All those dates are listed there for the year, and we are going to take it as a motion of consent, all those additional items up until up until the mentors. So if everybody wants to take note of that, if any of the board has any questions or comments, you can ask now. Any questions or comments on that? Okay, great. Moving on,
We need a motion to
motion to move that? Okay, can I get a motion to move that?
the organization action items.
Motion.
Phyllis?
Second.
Great, can I get a roll call for that?
Mrs. Camera?
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Arico?
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta?
Yes.
Mr. Scales?
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa?
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe?
Yes.
Mr. Walsh?
Yes.
And Mr. Wickberg?
Yes.
Thank you. The motion carried.
Okay, at this time, I was waiting for the results of the presidential election, so I obviously did not appoint or do any committees. I was the state school representative for the New Jersey School Boards. It shows it's pending. I probably will assume that role again. If anything changes, I'll report out on the January 14th meeting. So as of right now, I'm going to assign myself to the school board liaison. I'm also going to mentor Mr. Wickberg. So Mr. Wickberg, at this time, anything you need going forward, you could ask me, in addition to the full board, but I will be mentoring you going forward, okay? At this time, I'm going to pass it off to Dr. Garabay. We have a fantastic presentation to honor all of our children, which is why we do this job. So we have a lot of awards to be given out regarding sports achievements and a first place winner of the Monmouth County Poetry Contest. So I'm going to pass this off to Dr. Garabay.
Thank you, Mr. President Volpe. Congratulations to Mr. Wickberg, Mrs. Camera, and Mrs. Volpe. If I could have Laurel Dudek join me at the podium, please. Laurel? Okay. So it's, we have a big birthday here, right, in our country and our state and all the celebrations that are going on with that, right? So why don't you tell us what happened? Why do you think, why are you here tonight?
Because I won poetry.
Because why?
Because I won poetry contest.
And what was your poem about?
America?
Really? Do you have it with you?
Yes.
Would you like to read it?
Sure. Big cities, small towns, to me, America is all around. High mountain peaks, great lakes and creeks, big valleys and green land, all right in America's hand. People come together in this place. Some say America is a melting pot. Kids play football, parents cheer. Families host barbecues every year. We are one great nation, hard fought.
So we think your poem is super fantastic. We think you are super fantastic, and we're so proud of you for entering your poem into the Monmouth County 250th Poetry Contest. And as a fifth grader, on behalf of the Board of Education, all the people sitting behind you, we want to present you with a certificate that says the Colts Township Board of Education proudly recognizes Laurel Dudek, fifth grader, Conover Road Elementary School, for winning first place in the Monmouth County 250th Poetry Contest. The board celebrates this exceptional talent and creativity in poetry, which serves as an inspiration to the whole school community. Congratulations. You're welcome. Can we keep this? Thank you. Okay, and at this time, I'm going to ask Dr. Colin Rigby, who is the principal of Cedar Drive Middle School, to join me in celebrating some of our student athletes that we want to celebrate. We're very proud of our extracurricular programs here in Colts Neck, and we have some stellar coaches, stellar athletes, and I'll let Dr. Rigby speak to that.
Yeah. First, thank you, Dr. Garabay, and members of President Volpe and members of the Board of Education for your time and support tonight. We appreciate the opportunity to be here with you. Yeah, we're very excited. We have a number of exceptional student athletes that we want to recognize. And just a quick note to all of our student athletes is to see you during the day and shining in the classroom is one thing, but then to see you after school on the soccer field, on the cross-country courses, or just competing is something really special for us. We appreciate all the time and the effort and the dedication that you bring to Cedar Drive, and know that we are so proud of you. And also congratulations on certainly well-deserved honors. And just for everyone, for the record, they were all-stars for our league, which is 10 schools, including we are the smallest school up against schools of student populations of 1,000 or so. So they should be really proud of your sons and daughters, and we certainly are. All right, so yeah, so we'll give them a round of applause. We also, just a real quick note about, I think, student athletes, I think how valuable that is. We have 3 former student athletes, I'm looking at them right now, in the audience as Cedar Drive alumni, so I think you have some role models behind you to our current students. So yeah, anyway, all right, I'll let you do your thing, and then yeah.
Absolutely. So first we're going to recognize students who were selected. Not everyone could be here tonight, but we're still going to recognize their name publicly. Colts Neck Board of Education first wants to recognize students that were selected for the All-Star Soccer team for the county. First up, Jonas Camera, and it's my understanding his sister is going to accept this award for him tonight. Griffin Corbett. Corbett, sorry. Ethan Rutherford. Okay. Madeline Killick. Maddie's here. Addison Lynham. There she is. hand? Not here. Okay, great. Okay. Next, we're going to recognize and honor our students that were selected for cross-country all-star team. Ava Loring. Carolyn O'Connor. Alexandria Horkenheimer. I got it. Lila Setti. Finley Clune. Gianna Nicholson. Aubrey Smith. Ryan Coster. Daniel Lee. Not here. Michael Connor. Michael. Andrew Goggenzer. Excuse me. Goganzer. Patrick Friedauer. Zane Russo. Zane. And Nicholas Torres. On behalf of the Colts Neck Township Board of Education and Administration staff, we just to echo what Dr. Rigby said, we're just so proud of all of them. And we thank our coaches who also inspire them, Mrs. Slack, Mr. Teresi, Ms. Coach Johnson, and Coach Esposito, who all send their best and couldn't be here with us tonight. But thank you to all of them for working so closely with you and to getting you to go even further than you ever thought. So thank you for being here. Thank you for representing Colts Neck Township Schools Cedar Drive so well. We're so proud of all of you. So thank you.
Dr. Garber, I just wanted to add to those comments. The board appreciates all of the fine students we have in this district, and we are so very proud of you. I also want to address Dr. Rigby tonight. The amount of work you put into this district is amazing, and you're a one-class act. You do your job with grace, no matter what is thrown at you, and I am so proud that you're on our staff here. So thank you for all that you do for us. Thank you. Absolutely, yeah. At this time, for those of you who are new, I see some new faces here. We put in a student liaison program about a year or so ago, and our student liaisons are here to report in to us some, topics that they want to address. So we'd like to call them up one by one. I don't know who would like to join us first this evening. Yeah, sure, come on up. Just make sure that mic is on.
Hello, I am Kira Harlan, and I have a report about the destruction of computers. I had a meeting with Mr. Toscano, Mr. Mercer, and Dr. Rigby about having a midpoint check-in. A midpoint check-in is where Mr. Toscano would go to every homeroom and check the computers for damage and other concerns. Mr. Toscano already approved this. The midpoint check-in will probably start soon. Thank you for your time, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your continued attention to this. It's such a big initiative to save the district money and to teach our kids to respect, the computers that are handed to them every year. So we appreciate all the time you're putting into this. Thank you. All right. If you want to come on up. Yep.
Good evening, board members. Circling back on my 8th grade legacy idea, I have come up with a couple of projects of what we can do for the 8th graders. First idea is a giant piece of poster board with a memory from each graduating class's memories from the past couple of years. For example, for the class of 2026, we can do Stokes or any concerts or any memory that screams class of 2026. We can make a drawing of it, of said memory, and then the whole class signs it. The whole graduating class will sign it. If you want to go any further, we could hang it up in the gym or another place in the school. The second idea is a t-shirt signing. Every student buys a white short sleeve t-shirt and wears it on a specific day. Then all the 8th graders meet during that day and sign each other's t-shirts. And that makes some long-lasting memories written out. The third and final idea is clay octopi. I make clay octopi out of a certain clay. What we could do is I can make a video or a projection of how to make them, and every 8th grader makes one and etches their initials into the back. I brought one here to show you.
Oh, bring it up. Yeah, thank you. Oh my God, this is adorable.
And if you turn it around, my initials, ED, are etched in the back.
This is so cute. All right, don't touch it, Jason, if you're going to break it. And then just pass it back. We'll have the other members take a look at it. It's adorable, yeah. Yes, it's.
If you would like to keep it, you can certainly do that.
Can I tell you, if you don't mind, I would like to keep that.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
After we make them, we can put them in a display case until graduation, where they can be displayed in the room where all the 8th graders graduate. This creates some more memories with each 8th grader, and it could also be a new hobby for them. I started making them 3 years ago, and I haven't stopped. A question someone might ask is, but Emmanuel, how will we get the money for this? Well, we can do a fundraiser. I'll bring some of my own clay from home and buy some myself as well. Kids will pay a certain amount to get the clay, or they can bring their own. The clay that I use is the Sculpey brand, and it's a very durable, and it's good to use, so it won't break. I believe that this could be a start of a great legacy project that 8th graders will do forever. We are still coming up with more ideas and are going to figure out which one to do. And we can make sure, and we could send out a Google form to all the 8th graders of seeing what option they want to do, what approved option they like the best. That's all I have for you tonight. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you.
Emmanuel, I'd like to make a comment. First of all, I loved all the ideas, but the one that, this is adorable, the one that sticks in my mind is the t-shirt, and I just want to share something. In 8th grade, when I graduated, my 8th grade class, we actually had a red shirt with the emblem of the school and everybody's signature of my 8th grade class, and I still have that shirt. And I absolutely cherish it. I remember, it actually reminds me of all my classmates. I think it's a fantastic idea, and the fact that I still have mine resonated with me, and I think it's a fantastic idea. So thank you for bringing it to our
Thank you.
attention. Yep.
Hi, I'm Sophia Boucher, and I've been working on enhancing the variety of school lunch options for students with special dietary needs. And I recently met with Pomptonian, who is the vendor for our school lunches, and we've had a nice meeting on like how we can advertise that there is a special menu, and Dr. Rigby suggested that I should create a form, and so I'm in the process of doing that and getting it approved. So yeah, that's it.
Great, excellent. Mrs. Boucher, I'm not sure if you could see me. Did they add any new selections to their menu? Yeah, you come on up, yeah.
So we're still waiting for the survey to like come out, and then we'll see like what people want, how many people have an issue that they need to, like not an issue, but like a dietary need.
Okay.
But I've seen like they've separated the cheese from like salads and stuff. So like there's progress being made, and it's really great, and especially the staff, they're really nice.
They're exceptional. So they're actually implemented your recommendations.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear
Yeah,
that. I'm
thank
very pleased to hear that. So thank you for your initiative and your continued oversight of the cafeteria food. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. that concluded? Okay. All right, at this time, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to do it, yep. At this time, we want to thank all the students who came to receive their awards, our student liaisons. We're going to take a recess. We have an audit presentation that's probably, and it's that guy right there that's going to break up the fun now. And I certainly don't want to keep the children here to have to listen to that. So if, just the adults. So if you folks, want to cut out at this time, you're more than welcome. If you do want to join us, we'd absolutely love you to stay as well. So we're going to take a 5-minute recess and resume at that time.
Good job.
much. Yeah, that was fun. For celebrating them.
I hate to let you down. I don't have an octopus. I don't have anything. You know, I got nothing to hand out.
Okay, folks, we are going to continue at this time. I'd like to introduce Mr. John Schwisher of Suppley, Clooney and Company. He's going to address us and go over the audit. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Am I on? I'm on. Okay. Fantastic. My name is John Swisher. I'm a partner with the firm of Suppley, Clooney and Company. Our firm was selected to conduct the audit, which is required by the state of New Jersey, for the district for the year ended June 30th, 2025. The audit report is due, generally speaking, December 5th, although the deadline was extended this year to January 15th. The district was actually in compliance with the original deadline that was filed towards the end of November. So the audit report, you have two reports that were given to you. The large report, which is the ACFR, the Annual Comprehensive Financial Report, and the Auditor's Management Report. I'm going to start with the larger of the two, the ACFR, as it's called. And in the ACFR, in the front of the ACFR, there's an opinion on the financial statements. At the end of the day, that's really what you hired me to do, is to render an opinion on the financial statements to tell you whether they are free from material misstatement, i.e., can you rely upon them as a Board of Education, as the public, federal, state government, bond rating agencies, et cetera. What you're looking for there is an unmodified opinion, and that's what you've got. Most districts in the state of New Jersey do get an unmodified opinion, but it's still very, very important because it gives you that reassurance that you can rely on the numbers that are contained within the report. Secondly, in the report is the Auditor's Management Report. And in that Auditor's Management Report, actually the second opinion, I should say, is the GAST opinion, Government Auditing Standards. In that, we talk about internal controls and compliance. Okay, internal controls, your own internal rules and regulations to make sure everything gets classified properly in the financial statements. Compliance is everything from bid awards to payroll, all kinds of different things. And this is where you will see if there's any findings in the report. I do have two things to report this evening, and they're required to be read into the record, and I will do so now. The first finding is that the cash balances per the Board Secretary's report did not agree to the reconciled balances of the Treasurer's School Monies Report for the last 6 months of the year. Okay, so that's from January 1st to the end of the year. There was a turnover in a key position in the business office, and that's unquestionably the reason why this occurred. I know that Vince has put together a corrective action plan to fix that. But basically, we want those two reports to agree on a monthly basis. That will be reported to you. And again, the corrective action plan that Vince has put together should rectify that. It also didn't help that you changed accounting systems at that exact same time as well. So it was kind of a little bit of a perfect storm. I've been with the district for a number of years. We've never had this problem before. And I'm hopeful that the corrective action plan will be implemented and that'll be taken care of for next year. The second thing is of a similar nature, and it involves the payroll records and the payroll agency account. Payroll agency account is where the deductions are put into, your federal taxes, state taxes, pensions, all these different things. And there's an analysis of that balance at the end of the year, or there should be an analysis of that balance. This year, there was not. There's about $11,000 extra in that account. I believe the account was probably overfunded, and relates to that first comment about the records not tying back to the Treasurer's report. Again, that's something that's a little bit easier, I think, to fix. And we've had conversations with Vince, and he put a corrective action together for it. And I believe that one should be pretty readily repaired next year. So those are the two findings that are in the report, otherwise clean. And bear in mind that we're doing a lot of testing on a lot of different elements. These are the two that we came up with this year. And I would say that this may be the first findings you guys had in several years. The last letter that's in that big report is a single audit opinion. Okay, single audit is when you have over $750,000 in either federal or state expenditures. Once that happens, the auditors have to do additional work. We have to go and actually test these programs based upon compliance supplements that are put together by the federal and state government. This has been where the ESSER money that has come in from COVID has been tested for the last several years. The ESSER money is now fully expended. And so now we're back to testing what I would call the normal programs, okay? Your IDEA, your Title I, in this particular year, Impact Aid, which you get as a result of having the Earl Naval Base here. And on the state side, we looked at transportation, and we're given certain compliance things that we have to look into for each one of these programs. I'm happy to report there were no problems with either the federal or state programs. And the auditor's management report, again, the small report is required by the State Department of Education, and that's where they have the various compliance elements in there that they deem to be important that they want us to look at, and that's where you'll find those two findings. In the big report, it's going to reference them, and in the small report, it spells them out. I do want to, before I go into questions, I do want to touch on the financial condition of the district, which continues to be very good. Their surplus at the end of the year is up, and it is indicative of just really good management over the course of the years. You're in excellent condition, financially speaking. Again, I do over 30 school districts across the state. That is not the condition in all of my districts. And specifically recently over the last couple of years, I mean, everybody kind of reads the papers and knows what's going on. And so it's good to see that you guys are in strong position at the end of the year. So I'll stop right now and take a deep breath and take any questions from the board.
I'd like to thank the board as a whole for the financial discipline and oversight of our district, which, you know, hence your report. We're one of the probably top districts in your accounting firm. To see a 5% reserve.
Yep.
So we, you know, again, we really watch the taxpayers' money. We want to make sure the kids get a great education. Secondly, I want to maybe make a mention in reference to that 6-month gap. I think there's new software that we transitioned to, so in all fairness to Vince and the team, there was a learning curve on it, so I'm sure that's going to be corrected immediately. And we're looking forward to, again, maintaining a strong financial discipline for our taxpayers in 2026.
Without looking at the background and the numbers, $16 million from the long-term liabilities of last year down to 13, and then other of 10 from last year down to 2. That's a major drop.
Can you tell me which page you're on?
Yeah, that's at page 20 of the detailed report, the larger of the two.
Moment.
From point of liabilities, and again, I'll
Okay,
look
yeah,
further
okay.
into it. But
So, and we didn't get the opportunity to speak before the meeting. So, it's a little bit complicated. This report, we are in the state of New Jersey, so things are complicated. In the report, there are 3 varieties of financial statements. There's district-wide financial statements, GAAP, and then budgetary. Okay? One of the key schedules that I would recommend anybody on the board look at is the C1, which is in the back behind the nose to the financial statements. That's on the budgetary basis, and one of the key differences there is you're allowed to recognize the last state aid payment that the state probably about 10, 15 years ago held back from you. They only gave you 11 payments in that year. And since the state doesn't have an accounts payable, we cannot recognize the receivable, so the GAAP statements are always going to be a little bit different. Now, go forward to the district-wide schedules, which is what you're referring to here. In those schedules, we're required to accrue for pension and OPEB, other your post-retirement benefits. Those numbers are supplied to us by the state of New Jersey through actuarial reports. And those actuarial reports go, in my opinion, wildly up and down in terms of what our pension liability is or what our OPEB liability is. And generally speaking, that's where that liability is changing. I would truly direct you, and I can sit in more detail, and we talked about getting together. I can break that out into its component pieces for you, but you're going to see the main driver there is going to be these 2 standards under government accounting, GASB 68 and GASB 75. And that's what's going to drive those numbers and those variances. Again, I direct most folks in terms of your budgeting and the day-to-day operations of the district to the budgetary schedules in the back, which of course I'm happy to go over with you in greater detail as well.
okay, thank you for that.
Absolutely. This is why the kids didn't want to stay.
I'd like to make a comment.
Absolutely.
I'm very pleased to hear this report. I want to thank the board, echo Mr. Walsh's sentiments. I just wanted to know, I know you said you had 30 districts, and we're on the more successful end of that.
So
Could
okay.
we get an exact number where we are in the
No.
30 districts?
So if you're asking whether I have a power ranking of my clients, I will tell you no, because this will go out and everybody else will yell at me. I'm asked that question by a lot of my districts.
Okay.
And what I like to see and what you have here in Colts Neck is consistency in your budgeting. The reference that the board member made before about the 5%. Okay, you're budgeting each year. Okay, and it's not a zero-based budget situation. You have to have some flexibility in your budget. And I see budgets in some of my other districts, which I will not name here, that go up and down. They could be 10% one year, 2% the next year. You're very, very consistent. And that shows good budgeting. Again, we talked about bond rating agencies. You guys got an excellent bond rating. Are you AAA? You're AAA here. Okay, that means when you do go to borrow money, you're borrowing at a much lower rate. One of the things that the bond rating agencies look at is the consistency of your budgeting. Okay, and your surplus, it trends up, which is good. Okay, but it's the budgeting and what's left over at the end of the year. We talked about it briefly before about a school budget and how challenging it is, particularly with special education, and how do you figure out what that's going to be when it can change at any time. And so the districts that really, I think, thrive are the ones that budget properly in that way. And I don't want to go too deep into it, but you do certain things within your budget that's very conservative, okay? And that way you're regenerating. The surplus that you're using in your budget, you're regenerating. And so that's when I rank you amongst my clients, I'll say that there's a good bucket and maybe a bad bucket, okay? And you're in the good bucket. How about that?
We better be the number one good bucket.
I plead the fifth.
I just want to add to the comments. I know the board, obviously, we're very strict with our oversight, but without Dr. Garibay and Mr. Marasco basically expediting our wishes and working with us to achieve this the past couple years, I just want to thank you because you play a big role in meeting these goals for us. So we have to acknowledge that, and we really do thank you. I think our town of Colts Neck really thanks us of how wonderful we are with their hard-earned tax money. So thank you both very much. All right. Yes, go ahead.
That's it. Basically, we were joking about how thick the report is. It is thick. And there's a lot going on. You're not supposed to memorize it all this evening. I can come back at any time. I can meet with you individually via Zoom, or I'm right up the road, so I can come by if you need it. So any questions at all that come up as you look through the report, I'm happy to come back and address them.
Sir, I had one more statement, and
Sure.
I appreciate that. Page 21 of the same report I was referring to before. This board focused on a zero tax increase for the past 2 years, and that's been successful for the program, the board, and the town. So looking at the property taxes, fiscal year 24, 26 million and change, and then fiscal year 25, 26,301 actually came down about 60-some-odd thousand. Does that represent, is that the right line item that represents the zero tax increase as it relates to the taxes? Because while residents are paying more taxes, it's not due to the pressures of the Board of Ed. So am I reading that line correctly there?
That would be correct. That would be correct.
Okay.
I mean, you guys, your taxes have been very, very stable here.
Well, they've been stable. They did go up, but it wasn't due to the impact of the board here. So looking
Correct,
at that line,
correct.
I just want to
That's
make
correct.
reference. Further down the line, we're going to 30 million from fiscal year 24 at the net position, June 30, 234. So
Again, so I would caution you again, the numbers that you're looking at that are required to be, this is the management discussion and analysis that he's referring to, are on a district-wide level. That's required under GAAP.
Yes.
I don't care for these numbers. These numbers are skewed by these actuarial numbers that are required to be put in, again, on pension and OPEB.
Okay.
And again, the better example would be, I would say, I'm not boring everybody to tears. Hang on a second. Hold for that number. Back behind the notes to the financial statements on page 96, okay? On page 96. And again, just very quickly, this schedule tells you the activity that happened against the revenues and expenditures that you guys budgeted. It shows what you budgeted and the activity, whether we took in the revenues at an excess or deficit, and what we spent against our appropriation, which will always have an excess and never a deficit. If you go to the very last page on page 96, that's going to give you the beginning balance of your fund balance, which is under the actual column, is $10,748,000, and you'll see at the end, 12,556,000. That's indicative of your increase in this year on a budgetary basis, which is what you need to do in terms of when you're preparing your budget. You guys are thick in budget right now already, like most school districts. These are the numbers that you should be concentrating on with regards to that. The numbers that you referenced prior, again, are skewed by these necessary under GAAP, which I don't always agree with. They're skewed by these mandatory disclosures that I have to put in on, let me put you this way. You pay a pension bill every April 1st. Vince pays the pension bill. They have, that number is X. What the actuaries say your liabilities, it's not a bill that's on anybody's desk, is way greater than that, okay? And that number is just, it vacillates greatly based upon different actuarial assumptions. I'm not an actuary. I don't know exactly what they're doing down in Trent, but that changes a lot. So I would really focus back on this, and that's truly your increase.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much.
Not a problem at all. And again, there's so much in the report. Please reach out to me and let me know, and I can come out and revisit. All right?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
Folks,
Strickland.
have a
I
great
appreciate
evening.
it.
Take care. Happy New Year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Okay, as we move on from that presentation, we're going to take note. We have several communications on the agenda, if you want to look through that. I believe I answered all these. If not, Dr. Garibay may have chipped in on one or two of these. That's going to move me right into my president's report, which is just going to be a few statements. Good evening, everybody. I want to wish everybody Happy New Year. I hope everybody enjoyed the restful holiday with your family and friends. Looking forward to a new year filled with growth and opportunity for all of our Colts Neck students. I want to first start by thanking my fellow board members for entrusting me with the opportunity to serve as president for a second consecutive year. I value each of your contributions, and it is because of your dedication and resilience and strength that this board has remained effective, focused, and principled. As we work together for the best interests of our students, I will never silence your thoughts or opinions, neither will unions or special interest groups. My success as president, along with the successes of this board, belongs to all of us. As we enter the new year, I'm prepared to lead this board with even greater determination and purpose. I have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to protecting our taxpayers' dollar, keeping the safety of our children paramount, and ensuring that every decision we make serves the best interests of our students and parents. This board has spent countless hours planning, debating, and standing firm. We united in our defense of parental rights, local control, and the belief that decisions about our children are best made here by the elected representatives of this community, not by special interest groups and bureaucrats in Trenton. As a new administration takes office in New Jersey, this board will carefully scrutinize any proposed mandates or policies from the state that infringe upon our parental rights, compromise student safety, or impose frivolous requirements on this district. We will not hesitate to push back against overreach, and we will always place the will of Colts Neck families above compliance. To the voters of Colts Neck who granted me this seat, I am honored to accept this 3-year term. From the beginning, I was transparent about who I am and what my mission is, and I remain focused on that mission regardless of intimidation. I will not waver from my conservative values, and I will continue to unapologetically advocate for them as we govern. I thank you for trusting me with your most precious valuables, your children, and your tax dollar. Lastly, I'm looking forward to working with you, Dr. Garibay, Mr. Marasco, and the administration to have another year of success for our district, and I look forward to serving the community over the next 3 years. So thank you all. Thank you. On the 14th, we'll be back to a regular president's report. I'm sorry, the 21st, I apologize. We'll be back to a regular president's report. At this time, we're going to move right into the board liaison reports. We're going to start with Mrs. Horowitz with the Parent Advisory Committee.
Our January meetings will be held on Monday, January 26th at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Our discussion will focus on reviewing teacher input regarding technology device device use and revisiting questions that were submitted by our PAC members. By the end of this week, Dr. Garibay will send out reminders to the staff and our members to complete their submissions as soon as possible.
Okay, I have a comment on that. The 26th, I don't know if we could reschedule that. I'm not sure. I didn't realize that that is my mother's 91st birthday and my anniversary. So it's actually a big day for me. And I certainly, and I would like to be with my mom if that's
Understood.
possible.
We can
So
figure it out,
maybe we
yeah.
could leave it and I could tap somebody to fill in my position. I hate to reschedule since it's been brought out to the community already.
Yeah.
So let's work on that behind the scenes, and we'll decide, but I like to not ruin it for the parents that are attending, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the 26th, okay? And just for the record, I will be restructuring this. We are going to rename this committee, and due to the fact of the issues we had, me and Sarah did this faithfully over the year, and with our careers, being here during the day really, puts stress on our work. So I think I'm going to make the PAC an evening meeting only, 7 p.m. at evening. So we could honor the one that's been already placed since it was, expedited to the public already. But going forward, we are going to do just PM meetings at 7 p.m. So that your work life will not be stressed. I know you sacrificed a lot with your businesses and all to be here. So to prevent that, we are going to move it to 7 p.m. and we'll keep informed about the 26th. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Moving into the Colts Neck PTO, if you want to report out on that.
Yeah, there's a couple events to share. So the Winter Wonderland is taking place January 22nd from 6:45 to 7:45 in the primary school cafeteria. The pre-K Dino Party story time is scheduled for January 29th from 5 to 6 in the primary school foyer. Third grade trivia night will be held February 5th at from 6:30 to 7:45 in the elementary school cafeteria. The book swap for both the primary and elementary schools will take place on March 5th. The book collection will run from February 5th through the 28th, and the PTO needs volunteers, so if anyone is interested, please reach out. Lastly, the 42nd Annual Ladies Spring Gala is scheduled for March 19th at Southgate Manor. That's it.
When is it again?
That is March 19th.
Okay, wow, that's coming up fast
Yep.
and furious. Okay. Okay, Mrs. Horowitz, thank you. We're going to move right over to Mrs. Cameron with the Colts Neck Township School Newsletter.
Okay, so the December Board of Education newsletter was sent out on December 18th. And for the public, our families get the newsletter emailed, but for any other residents, you are able to access the newsletter on the Board of Education website. You could just put your information in, and anyone is able to access the newsletter. The Board of Education newsletter is the best way to receive important Board of Education updates, district news and announcements, information that impacts our students, staff, and schools. So what I would like, I did ask at the last meeting, it hasn't happened yet, but if we can make sure, Dr. Garibay, that the link for the public is shared on all our social media platforms so that the entire community has the opportunity to subscribe versus having to go into our webpage to subscribe. I think that would make it a little bit easier for the public. Subscription. Thank you.
Okay. All right, that's all?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. All right, we are going to move to Mr. Rugnetta with the Colts Neck Township Arts, Sports, and Extracurricular.
Thank you. Flag football registration is now open for kids from kindergarten through 8th grade. It is co-ed. The early bird fee is $180, and that is through January 11th. And after January 11th, it goes up to $195 through January 31st. And then after that, it goes up. It goes up way up to $225 through February 12th. So you want to sign up early if you can, if you know that you're going to do it. And then after that, the 12th is when it closes. So you get put on a waiting list if you want to sign up after then. And if you get approved from that waiting list, it goes all the way up to $275. So again, early the better. Games will be held on Saturdays starting March 14th. That'll be opening day. Games will be 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Usually the younger kids will start first and then it goes up to the older grades. There will be playoffs. The Super Bowl will be May 30th, but no games will be the week of March 28th for spring break and May 23rd for Memorial Day. There will be no games that week. So if you'd like to sign up, go to Team Snap. Your Team Snap profile. If you don't have a profile on Team Snap, please sign up for one. So you can, and if you do, go to go.teamsnap.com/forms/510362. And also, the Colts Neck Sports Foundation is looking to expand their regular football program for kids from 7-year-olds all the way through 14-year-olds. They're looking to gauge player interest to see if they can expand it, player and coach interest. So the interest form you could fill out is at go.teamsnap.com/forms/510369. And if you have any questions pertaining to that, you can email the Colts Neck Sports Foundation at ayf@coltsnecksportsfoundation.com. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Regnata. We're going to move into the Colts Neck Township Committee, Mr. Scarpa and Mrs. Camera.
Okay, I would like to extend my congratulations to Mayor Michael Viola, Deputy Mayor Dan Buzetta, and our newest councilman, John Tabaya, following the Township Committee Annual Reorganization Meeting on January 2nd. I look forward to continued cooperation and open communication between the Township Committee and us, the school district. My hope is that this governing body moves forward in a unified manner, remains conservative and responsible with taxpayer dollars, and continues to make thoughtful, transparent decisions that benefit our entire community. So again, my best wishes to Mayor Viola, Deputy Mayor Vizetta, and Councilman Tabia as you take on these important leadership roles. May your work always put the residents of Colts Neck first and strengthen our township for years to come. Mayor Viola announced the 2026 Township Committee liaison assignments, which are available on the town website. The meeting continued with the recognition of the Colts Neck Township first responders, our police, fire police, first aid volunteers. So thank you to them for your dedication, professionalism, and willingness to serve at all hours. Again, our first responders reflect the very best of our community. And so the board is we're incredibly fortunate to live in a town where we have so many individuals stepping forward to protect and care for our neighbors. The next meeting is January 14th at 7 p.m. And I'll just roll right into the Colts Neck 250th Celebration Committee. There's no new updates to report because tomorrow is our next meeting, so it'll be the following meeting I'll report out. So nice and short.
All right, excellent. Okay, moving on to the Colts Neck Township Planning Board, the subcommittee, Mr. Scales and Mr. Walsh.
Yep, nothing to report on my end, just a lot of little news because of the holidays. But as Ms. Camera had mentioned, new leadership involved in town, so we'll have a meeting with them. We'll request a meeting with them to just look at the future of the planning board and the COA subcommittee and find out if there's going to be a schedule of meetings over the next year. But now time is of the essence as the leases will begin in Lavanya. So we need to get our ducks in a row and figure where exactly we stand so then we can present what the impact will be to the school. So over the next 2 weeks, I will have some more information to report. I've got some requests out to Lavanya Square Management as well, but haven't returned, just to find out the specific dates of when things will be turned on, if you will. So hopefully hear back in the next 2 weeks, and then during my next report, I'll have some good news for you all. So.
And our newest committeeman is the Lavanya liaison, John Tabaya. So might want to reach out to him as well.
There you go.
Mr. Walsh, do you have to add anything?
I'll add to that. We're going to be expecting our first new students to our school district probably in April or May.
April or May?
Mr. Scales, I'm thinking we can expect possibly our first new students coming from affordable housing in the spring. If the leases go out next month.
Jason's going to respond.
Yeah, there's still nothing online that says that they're accepting leases, the regular leases. So I did speak with the the person that's in charge of the affordable housing, and they're expected to start giving out the C of Os, I think, sometime in March and April. So I don't know what buildings, I don't know if that's going to be strictly for the affordables or if it's going to be for the market rate rentals. But yeah, I mean, it's a possibility that as soon as April or May of this year that we will see new children being enrolled in the school systems. Yes.
Anything else from,
I just want to,
just leave your mic on. It'll probably be easier. Yeah, your mic always has an issue down there.
again, I want to have you write a letter to the mayor requesting that our two subcommittee members on our planning board be permanent members, to have a
Okay.
real voice on our planning board and planning what communities fit best for Colts Neck Township.
Okay, great. I will do that, and I will report back when it goes out. Thank you for both volunteering to continue that position. We appreciate it. Moving right into the Colts Neck Township seniors, Mr. Walsh?
Right here. They have 292 members, January 2026. They had their meeting today, Colts Neck Inn. A couple of big trips are coming up. They have January 24th, they're going to the Algonquin Theater, same time this year. Reminds me of this board meeting. Okay, we have February 21st, Spring Lake Theater, The Wedding Singer. March 12th, Huntington Hills Playhouse, The Sunshine Boys. They have a three-day, two-night trip to Gettysburg. I wish I could go on this trip.
Yeah,
And
that would be nice.
They're going to Gettysburg and Hershey, Pennsylvania. Cool. So they're touring, the national park, Gettysburg, and the cost is $350 per person, double occupancy, and $500 for single, and it's going quick, too. So any seniors out there want to go on this trip, get your deposit in. The slots are filling up quickly. And that's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Walsh. Moving on to a Naval Weapons Station Earl, Mr. Scarpa.
Yeah, I think we have an on-site coming up, right, Dr. Garibay? Is it sometime in January? What's that date? January 22nd, Ms. Jones? Okay. So we'll shoot for January 22nd, on or about, if possible. And of course, we'll... Okay. And we'll extend that to Ms. Ramirez.
Yes, yep,
And-
we'll definitely send that out as soon as we get confirmation.
Excellent. And then we'll be working on the 3 school walls, to represent the students that were part of this the program and have them a sense of permanency. So that'll be in flight in the early part of this semester, hopefully. That's all I have for now, but let's connect on that 22nd. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Mr. Scarpa. Okay, New Jersey County School Boards Association representative. We have a couple things. We have the 3rd Annual Women's Leadership Conference. That will be Friday, March 20th, at the Brower Student Center at the College of New Jersey in Ewing. The registration is $149, and it's now open, so if anybody's interested, you can register early. This is important. January is School Board Recognition Month. So it's time to bring public awareness to the roles and responsibilities of board members around the state. As president of this board, I always recognize all the hard work and time away from our families that we put in and dedicated service every day. Not just in January, but every day of the year. So I just want to let you know, I wish more people realized how much goes into being on the board, how much time and aggravation and fun stuff too. But I just want to thank everybody for your service during the School Board Recognition Month. Moving on, New Jersey School Boards Association is offering a Lead Master Class series. It's a 3-part series to enhance your executive skills and help with leadership effectiveness. The 3 sessions are January 21st, February 2nd, February 19th, and they're all from 9:30 to 11 a.m. All the details, registration, and fees are all in your email. So if anybody wants to do, you could sign up for that. I'm going to move right into my advocacy and government relations. To start off, Bill A6166 is up for a vote. I don't know if anybody's following this. This hit home for me. Federal guidelines were recently put in place regarding immunization practices. The New Jersey Department of Health wants to move away from that nationally CDC guidance, the national CDC guidance. So it would place the recommendations solely with the New Jersey Department of Health, and they will become the final authority on which vaccines are required by law. So we had a great win with the federal government that they redacted some of the forced vaccination, which I was very pleased to see, that, you know, basically gives it back to the parents if you want to get them or not without being forced to. But once again, this will impact religious exemptions, and it will give exclusive power to the Department of Health, New Jersey Department of Health, and that would be without input from the public, legislative review, or a vote. So this will basically destroy religious exemption and infringe on our rights as parents. So this is something personal to me. I don't believe that the state should tell me what I put in my child's body. So I really hope people voice their opinion against this. And I appreciate if the board members, anybody wants to write in or advocate for that. I certainly could see, I don't know, I didn't find out when this vote's going to be. I actually, it slipped my mind to check before I came. But if I could make it, I certainly would go down and advocate against it, but we'll see what happens. So that's the first part. Secondly, I just want to touch base over some events. Obviously, everybody knows we had Secretary McMahon visit here on December 5th, and one of our politicians, Democrat Vin Gopal, for some reason put his 2 cents in, basically criticizing the Secretary's visit, which I found appalling. Whatever side of the aisle he's on, it was still a great recognition to have a cabinet member recognize our students. I can't stress it enough, and I can't stress enough that I will never apologize. He did not feel the same way for whatever reason, and he is our representative of this district, and I'm actually appalled and ashamed that he would dismiss such a fantastic opportunity. So instead of encouraging and praising that we were recognized, he doubled down and commented on certain media outlets about the politicalization of this board by us, and what have we done? Meanwhile, we had a whole list of achievements, and just this particular one stood out to him. Not all the great work we've done, not all the discipline we've had with saving money and, you know, being respectful of the voters of this town, and most importantly, giving our kids everything we possibly can, everything from security measures to the best education, books. I can't even go on. And this loser is telling us that we did nothing. So I hate to be irritated. I just hate to be irritated on this foolishness. The reason why I bring this up, now he seems to be singling us out. I don't know if anybody heard, but NewJersey.com, which is not a favorite media outlet of mine, but this here article came out, I believe it was yesterday, January 6th, and they are planning, he's proposing to merge districts. And in the original, I guess, proposal, it says any district under 500. So I'm saying this is great. We're over 1,000, so this isn't going to touch us. We're a great district. We want to keep this district the best we can, have the personal one-on-one, have the teacher class sizes, have our administration not be spread thin. We're responsible board members. We are not like in arrears. We're not in deficits. I mean, we're doing phenomenal. And this gentleman is singling us out here. Let me see where he says it. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you see? Hold on.
Oh, you're looking, can I say something?
Yeah. Anyway, it's somewhere on here. I can't look at it, but he had the nerve to call us out. So the only thing I could say about this particular issue is he's going to threaten this district, not worry about the districts that are mismanaged and they're in deficits of money, like you said, but he's going to actually name us, the only district, name our district and threaten us about merging. So, Mr. Gopal, get your priorities straight, and I really hope that people start realizing what kind of joke you really are. That'll be my comments regarding, but yet, oh yeah, wait, before I forget, he had the nerve to send a proclamation, acknowledging our Purple Star status. To be honest, I couldn't care less what you recognize. Okay, we're going to move on.
But I want to just add on. So
yeah.
I signed up for, and I'm encouraging other board members to, on February 3rd, Senators Gopal and O'Scanlan. You can have a conversation with them. You just have to register through the Monmouth County School Board Association. I already signed up for it, so I would love if some of the board members would also join me on that call. Okay, and with that, would you like me to
What's the
read?
date?
February 3rd.
Okay, I'm going to make note, because I certainly would love to address them. Actually, I would like to address them face-to-face, but if that's the option at this time. Yeah, please do. Mrs. Cameron's going to read the comment of him calling Colts Neck the only district in New Jersey.
Okay. Gopal's bill might also lead to eliminating larger districts. Gopal gave as an example Colts Neck in Monmouth County, which has 3 schools with nearly 1,000 students and sends high school students to Colts Neck High School, which is one of 6 schools operated by the Freehold Regional District. All potential changes would be thoroughly reviewed, he said.
Okay, great. Just to add additional comments, I did speak to some legal counselors, several different ones, and they had advised me that he's getting a lot of pushback by everybody, no matter what side of the aisle you're on. And I don't believe merging districts is going to be as beneficial as he thinks it is. That is my opinion. I think we all agree on that. I think it's only going to hurt us. It certainly will hurt us here in Colts Neck. And I just want to let the other politicians know, on the Republican side, they're very quick to praise themselves and all the good work, but I haven't seen anybody on the Republican side, including the Golden team, Hanlon and Arnone, and anybody from our township committee fighting or standing up to defend our small district. So I call upon them to start representing us and fight against the merging of our district.
Just like to add a comment as a board member, I can't
Yep.
speak as a whole,
Yep.
the entire board. I'll be damned if the state of New Jersey merges our township school district with any town. I'll be damned. I'm going to fight like hell to make sure we keep our own school district, educate our own kids. That's why we moved here. Beautiful town and great schools, so I'll be damned if that happens.
If that would happen, it'd be so disruptive to our families and our parents. Getting the kids to a different section, different school, it'd be just silly and stupid.
Yeah,
Wasting
well,
money.
like I said, it's still preliminary. Let's give the facts as they are. It is preliminary. With all the pushback about it and backlash, I'm not even sure if it's going to move any further, but in the new proposed plan, he is lowering it, I believe, the number to 500, which, like I said, that will certainly affect us. And I just don't understand his thinking. Stop punishing districts that are exceptional like ours. Go down to Camden, go down to Newark. Start following where the money trail, where the mismanagement is, and stop picking on districts like this that are exceptional. So, like I said, if Mr. Gopal has the nerve to meet me and defend his position, I'll wait for the invitation.
Would it be pertinent to invite him to one of our meetings so we could speak to him?
You know what? In my experience, like I said at the last meeting, that I addressed him on the affordable housing, and it seems to me when he's faced with hard questions, he cowards out.
Yeah, I
And
don't think
the
he'll
only
show.
thing-
I don't think he'd ever show.
No, I don't think he would either. The only thing he and his office is good at is sending birthday cards and inviting people to free ice cream and cake events. But I get it every year. But oh my God. That's, actually, I didn't even expect that, Phyllis, but this is what our representative here in Colts Neck does. Doesn't defend us, doesn't come to our aid, doesn't congratulate us on a cabinet member, but now he's singling us out.
My birthday's
as-
March 12th, Vin.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, like I said, I'm doing this to enlighten the public on what we deal with. You know, don't pick on us. It makes yourself look like, makes you look like a fool.
He tends to be so involved, yeah, he has no idea that's probably going out.
Yeah, who knows?
Do you have any viewpoints on this, legislative?
Yeah, I would like to hear from from Dr. Garibay, because this is going to affect her greatly.
Yeah, consolidation has been a conversation in the legislative world before, and it's something.
Yeah.
It's something that, without detail, without so on, is conceptually an idea, right? And that's really what it is, conceptually. And it targets specifically administrative costs. There is a belief that, you know, sharing a superintendent across districts, sharing a business administrator, sharing all of those things wind up saving money. When at the end of the day, it's about capacity. How much capacity do you want to thrust upon the administration who are responsible for administering the district and serving their boards of education? Now, for some communities, it may be right. I never want to judge specific situations and what's best for local control over your districts. But when you start regionalizing and selling, you know, that idea, obviously you want fiscal oversight and you want to manage and you want to do what's best fiscally for your taxpayers. But at the end of the day, the one thing that's not showing is what is the states where there's larger regionalizations and stuff. There's a reason New Jersey's #1 in the nation. There's a reason. Local control, specified, being able to give attention. So I never want to begrudge. I know districts have done it. Recently, the Henry Hudson Regional School District has done it, and they did it successfully. And so I wish, you know, that's something that their taxpayers and things will win. Local control is important in boards of education, representing your community, representing all of those things. So until that there is substantial sound data that not just mirrors that of a financial nature, but of an academic student impact nature as well, that's when I'll start to become less of a, you know, more of a believer in something that, in my mind, is more of a fiscal concept, because they're also targeting public school districts where there are other, as Mr. Scarpa pointed out, there are other factors that contribute to public taxes. You know, school dollars are one of them, but there are others. And so I'd like to be at a table where there's more conversations about all of those other things besides public school dollars, because in my opinion, if you're looking for different ways and management, to your point, I think that there's a lot of other ways that we can look at different things, as opposed to just saying it's about thrusting more upon school districts and stretching the capacities. That's really what you want to do. And the goal of administration is to reach, you know, develop capacities, move things forward, and so on and so forth. And the more that you're doing and sharing and whatnot, you know, I don't see a positive of that yet.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like your comments about it, because it just shows how disconnected from reality people can get. Because if you think about, I was saying how disconnected from reality things really are, right? So rather than looking at how the town's impacted, right? Like we've got obviously what I sit here every 2 weeks talking about, affordable housing, right? Overdevelopment. Like there's no thoughts of that the school may already be overcrowded before you even go to the public and mention these things. So it just shows there's disconnect. It shows that you're not there to actually help. And if you're successful, you're not going to be rewarded for being successful. You're actually going to be penalized, right? We're going to look to take money. Sorry, you're going to look to take money from the successful districts.
Why don't you use Mr. Rico's?
So it's more of a Robin Hood approach, right? It's more of let's look at the successful districts and let's take money from them. Let's make them over like capacity in order to satisfy others. Like we get it, right? We want to help everyone. We want to make people safe. But like you said, no thought, and I don't think there's any comments in that entire article that is there for the welfare of our students, our administrators, more importantly, our teachers who work here every day, the unions. There's nothing in that article that is there to support any one of those people who are actually on the front lines and impacted by what this could possibly take. So that's what I call upon as well, is to call upon, take a common sense approach, look at this with a fine-tooth comb, and don't just say something just because you think people are going to like what they want to hear. If the facts don't fit the narrative, then they go a different route. So they need to wake up and maybe ask the impacted parties before they decide to do something. So.
Yeah, and I also want to go on record too, is that, you know, critics or someone, it's very easy for someone to say of me, well, of course she doesn't like it. She's a superintendent. Her job could be in jeopardy. I want to make it very clear, as a taxpayer in Monmouth County, New Jersey, of where I live, that's not what this is about. This is, and in 29 years of public service and public education, no one has shown me yet that consolidation is an answer. So that's in terms of my expertise and my opinion in this matter as well. It has nothing to do with my position or job security in any way, shape, or form. It has to do with what I still need to know and see presented to me to decide whether or not this is a good option or not a good option for the state of New Jersey, and for different local, municipalities and boards of education.
I appreciate your input. Once again, I just want to reiterate, Mr. Gopal brought this on himself. We were just doing what we do in this district, and his criticism of McMahon's visit started all this. And like I said, he is our representative, and I find it appalling, and I just want to make it clear, he does not represent us. So let's end it at that. We are going to move on. I'd like to ask Dr. Garibay to move on with her superintendent's. Oh, wait a minute, did I miss something? No, superintendent's report, so if you'd like to proceed with that.
Thank you. Yes, I wanted to just first give a second congratulations to all the students we honored here today. It's always fun to have the students here and see them recognized, and congratulations to our student athletes. And to Dr. Rigby's point, I'm glad he pointed that out, that we are the smallest district in our 10-school division. And to have athletes selected and participate in our all-star teams shows, from our community partnership, our athletes start at the recreation and travel levels, right? And as soon as they're 5 years old and they can kick a soccer ball around at 4 years old, they start in different programs. So kudos to the programs, the feeder programs and recreation. Kudos to the coaches and the opportunities that we provide students. And thank you to the board for supporting our extracurricular activities, both at the athletic, arts, all the things that we do. So thank you for that. As we welcome back, as we welcome in the arrival to 2026, I'd like to extend my warmest wishes to our students, families, staff, and community members. A new year brings with it renewed energy, fresh opportunities, and a shared sense of purpose as we continue our important work together. It's funny that we say, a lot of people believe that the winter break is the halfway point. We still have 6 months ahead of us, four down, 6 ahead of us. 6 ahead. And these 6 months are filled. They are jam-packed with learning, with assessments, with planning, preparation, and some, long months ahead before spring break, but well worth the time. The time will fly, and I look forward to all the experiences that our teachers develop for our students, the new discoveries our students are going to have, and all the things that come along with the remainder of the school year. It will fly. We will be here on our last meeting in June before you know it, so I hope everyone takes an opportunity to enjoy and be present in their learning experiences for the rest of the year. Just as a note, upcoming important dates, Monday, January 19th, Martin Luther King Day. We have a staff professional development day. School is closed for students. So that was just one thing mindful. And stay tuned for all updates from I know the PTO is busy. I just met with the leadership for our monthly meeting, and they're already planning well into June for 8th grade graduation and all the things that go along with that. So thank you for everything that everybody does with along the way, and looking forward to a wonderful 2026. So that concludes my superintendent's report.
Great, thank you. Okay, we have just one information item there, if everybody wants to take note of that. And then we are going to open the comment section, open the floor to the public. Anybody want to come up? You're more than welcome to come state your name, address for the record, and ask or comment on anything related to tonight's meeting. No? Okay, seeing none, we'll close that. We do have another section if anybody wants to add to that at that time. Okay, we're gonna move right into the action items. I'm gonna need a motion to move the action items, 1 through 2. If I can have a motion to move those action items.
Motion.
Second.
I just have a question relating to number 2.
Yeah.
What happened, went from 33 to 15,000 for this one particular student?
Sure, I can speak to that. The original contract, that was the original out-of-district tuition contract that was approved in June, did not include the shared transportation aid that was part of the actual contract. And so when they provided it back to us, they said, we have a shared transportation aid, as an aid on the transportation for the student. And so IEP-driven expense is an expense that wasn't included in the original contract, which is why this is an amended contract. Yeah, we're extraordinary aid for that. But we use that as Mr. Swisher said, we're putting out extraordinary aid for extensive costs with that. So it's part of an additional cost for your appropriation that we have.
Anybody else have a question? Mrs. Cameron? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. That's right. So, that's okay. I'm sorry.
first.
Okay, I'll take a roll call then for action items 1 and 2.
Yes. Mrs. Camera?
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Rico?
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta?
Yes.
Mr. Scales?
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa?
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe?
Yes.
Mr. Walsh?
Yes.
Mr. Wickberg?
Recuse myself.
Thank you. The motion did carry.
Okay, great. Nothing under buildings and grounds, nothing under curriculum. We're going to go right into finance. If I could get a motion to move items 1 through 4 under finance.
Motion.
4.
Second.
All right, anybody want to make any comments or questions on these particular items? Nothing? Yeah, I know. Take your time. This is a little lengthy. There's an award of a contract on there for the electrical.
I'd just like to comment on the switchgear bid that was approved by our business administrator. The switchgear room.
It's not on. Can you just use somebody else's? I think some of the batteries are dying.
All the
for me.
batteries are
Oh, it's on.
dying.
Yeah,
It's
the
on.
batteries. Yeah, but
Thank you,
keep
Brian.
stealing my kids. It's just not. Thank you, Mr. Marasco.
A big project in 2026, as everybody knows, is the replacement of the switchgear room at the Conover Primary School. The bid came in a lot lower than we thought.
Oh, really? then?
Elementary school, I'm sorry, so.
Oh, it did? Oh my God, that's
we had, I
excellent
believe,
news.
a total of
We got a
6
win.
bids came in, and the lowest bid for a total amount of $529,000. Right, so, we're gonna get a good
It's not as
switchgear
low
room.
as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot lower than we thought. and
Okay,
so
all right, all
you
right.
Give his, maybe a
Oh, you
comment
thought it
on
was $1 million? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I
Well,
gotta
that is
take
what
that.
the
then.
budget- The original budget, that was the project, as it was approved by the board, was based on a budget of slightly over $1 million, if you recall. That was the estimate that was given by the professional architects and engineers on the project. So we were fortunate that we did have enough, soliciting, bidders on this project, and the 3 lowest obviously were vetted through board council and the architects. So, with this award, we'll be able to proceed and see where it goes, even with the 2 alternates that are built into the bid opening.
Can we say the word surplus?
That's all right.
Yeah,
Sure,
don't even say
any of
that.
those
We don't
funds
want
would ultimately
anybody
go
to
back-
know.
Any of those funds would ultimately, go back to the capital reserve fund, which is where you approved the funds to come from.
Anybody else want to comment on this?
Yeah, and, note of
Mr.
thanks, that, to your point, there are 6 bids there. That's a lot of work, so thank you to your team. Thank you very much, Vince and team, for going out and getting as many bids as possible, and to know that there is interest out there in our town for these projects. These projects are kind of complicated, and not all contractors are interested in them, so to get 6, I'm going to assume they're close to apples as possible in this space is very helpful, and to procure the savings. So thank you, Mr. Marasco, for your team in procuring that savings.
Great, thank you, Mrs. Scarpa. Anybody else want to add? Last comments? All right, we'll take a roll call for the items 1 through 4 under finance.
Okay, Mrs. Cameron,
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz,
Yes.
Mr. Arica.
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta.
Yes.
Mr. Scales.
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa.
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe.
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Mr. Wickberg.
Recuse?
Thank you. The motion did carry.
Okay, great. We have nothing under policy, nothing under negotiations, nothing under transportation. We're going to move right into personnel. We have quite a few. So I'd like to get a motion to move items number 1 through 10 under personnel, 1 through 10. If you want to look it over real quick.
Motion.
Second.
All right, anybody want to comment on any of those?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
I just want to encourage parents to sign their children up for some of these activities. They really are amazing. We have coding, we have Lego Masters, we have the Crest Scoop, that's like the newspaper, great for improving writing skills, a handwriting club. They just sound like such wonderful opportunities. So I encourage families to get their children involved, and hopefully our students want to be involved.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, yeah, please comment, yeah.
Thank you, Mrs. Cameron, for pointing that out, because these are actually proposals. We budget each year for creative proposals from staff. For creative proposals from staff. And so things like the scoop are standard, and those are things that are in the contract that we have. But like the handwriting club, that's because a teacher volunteered and created a club that wanted to do it. So that's what we budget for each year, is a number of certain creative clubs, and it's part of the CREST, as well as Cedar Drive does the same thing. Teachers will come up with these ideas to do it. So kudos to it, and again, encouraging families to get involved, have their kids participate. It's a great opportunity. So thank you for highlighting that.
Great. Anybody else want to add to that? Okay, seeing none, if I could get a roll call on the personnel items 1 through 10.
Of course. Mrs. Cameron.
Yes.
Mrs. Horowitz.
Yes.
Mr. Arico.
Yes.
Mr. Rignetta.
I need to recuse 3 to 5 and 7 to 8, and yes to all the rest.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Scales.
Yes.
Mr. Scarpa.
Yes.
Mrs. Volpe.
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Mr. Wickberg.
I recuse.
Thank you very much. The motion did pass.
Okay, great. We are done with the action items. We'll open the floor again to the public. If anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome. Okay. Seeing none, we'll just close that at this time. I'm going to open it up to the board for new business this evening. If anybody has any new business comments, you can do so now.
I'll be very brief. The Sports Foundation and the Rec Foundation, both of them are nonprofit organizations in Colts Neck. I would say probably, 98, 99% of the children play sports through the Sports Foundation and the Rec, Colts Neck Recreational Foundation. And I already spoke with Dr. Garibay regarding keeping the fees the same through this year. And it's simply because they were collecting fees back in September, October, November for sports, and then when the new fee schedule came out in late December, they were just blindsided by that. So I guess it was the January 21st meeting. It'll just be on the agenda that we'll we're going to retro the fees for 2026 starting January 1st, and then from that point on, we'll discuss as a board, what we should be charging.
I'll make comments to this. I definitely agree with your position on allowing them to honor the price, but I do believe all the fee schedule that was implemented recently should stand firm. I mean, we have costs to uphold here, and just like we do with businesses and any place else. My daughter played sports too. If anybody's involved with that, people will understand. We do have to pay staff, lighting, heat. Nothing comes free, and the reason why this district is responsible is because we make sure that we handle our bills appropriately. Nothing personal against the Sports Foundation, but, you know, things have to be paid, and it shouldn't be coming out of any taxpayers' money or, you know, people who play sports. I mean, just like we go to Starbucks and spend $9 for drinks, we could pay the bills that we need to pay here. So that's just my comment. We could certainly discuss it as a full board, but what is appropriate is appropriate.
Yes, I'm not saying that the fees need to be set forever, you know, like they don't need to be fixed. Obviously, you know, as our costs increase, they can increase along, you know, with everything else. They were just, you know, taken back with the fee schedule just because they weren't prepared for it.
Yeah, that I do apologize. I certainly could see that if
Yeah.
I wasn't apologizing. So I definitely
Right.
apologize. We will honor that
Mhm.
per your direction. I agree with you.
Right, right.
But like I said, you know, if we weren't responsible and charge accordingly, that's what makes things go bad. So we have to follow up with the increase in costs, and of course, it gets passed down to everybody, just like our households.
Sure, sure.
So I'm sure, Mr. Wickberg, I'd like to include you. I know you're very big. I certainly would love to hear from you on this. I hope the Sports Foundation doesn't take this in a negative light, but I'm sure you understand the cost of running these buildings is not cheap, you know? So
Yeah.
people are using the facilities. I feel, my opinion, it's only fair that we do collect the cost to pay for the venue.
Yeah, I mean, the cost will increase, but I think having a cost that goes up like 3 or 4 times in a matter of, you know, in a matter of a year, it's a lot. You know, it's
So
a,
when things, and I'm only brainstorming.
Right, right.
Things go up in my house an enormous amount, and I say to myself, what in the world, but if I don't pay it, what happens? I mean, I'm just trying to say it, you
Yeah.
know, like, I mean, realistically, when things go up, I just don't say, well, I'm just not gonna pay it, and the utilities are gonna let me go on it. We still have to
Right.
produce the revenue.
Well, the issue is if it costs like 175 or 185 or whatever Vinny said, per child, and I feel like if we say, okay, listen, this is your new fee schedule, and all of a sudden it quadruples to, whatever, $600 or $575 or $550, whatever it may be, it's like a huge jump, like right from the beginning. So that's all. Like, I agree that, obviously as the years go on, everything should be raised because everything goes up. I absolutely agree with that. I'm not saying hold them stagnant at whatever they're paying, now, but, maybe gradually getting them up there. Because, I mean, look, usually, like, $200 is what is what it costs per child for rec in this town. But, if it was going to go up, if the average would go up to like 500 or 600, now it's,
You won't see that actual increase. You're talking about a 20-25% increase. But our new rates, you're averaging 6 to 7%, I believe, increase overall for.
They're right now, the Sports Foundation, because of the fee structure that they're at right now, they're able to pay exactly what Vinny just said. If you pay early, it's $185. You pay a little later, it's $200, whatever. So what I was gathering from what I was told from the Sports Foundation, that if this new fee structure, were to take place, like it would be a double or triple expense, whatever it is. Just,
All right,
it's
let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
We'll pass the fee schedule out through email. We'll
Right.
certainly have an open discussion about it.
Right.
But
I want to add one thing.
Yeah.
So again, the Sports Foundation are our students. We want to support our families when we want to be able to keep prices low for our students who are participating, because we all agree that the extracurricular activities are so important in addition to the academic. And just for people who don't know, the Sports Foundation for our military families, they give a tremendous discount. I know they will work with you if you're struggling, so that they really try to work so every child here can play sports. And so I do agree with Jason. I think we might want to relook at that schedule and really, if Rich, like Angelique had mentioned, see something maybe they're comfortable with, maybe let them propose something back where it's an increase, but maybe a little bit less, so we can really, step up and work with them, because we don't want to prevent families from being able to register their children in sports, or them not being able to use our gyms.
Go ahead, Rich.
A lot of these teams, their rosters are very small as is. If we have too much of a payment increase, we could lose some kids.
Okay.
And some
All right,
teams are going to fall
let's
apart.
continue the conversation.
Yeah.
I hope
Does
you
the
respect
schedule-
my
Does the
vision on
schedule
this.
have a breakdown?
What's that?
It
Does
does.
the schedule have a
It
breakdown
does.
of why?
It's got
why-
breakdowns, A,
Okay.
B, C, D, E
Right,
classes.
and they will go to other towns, and then we'll
Okay.
lose all the money. So we want to make sure we're not, being greedy. I
Well,
don't
if
think we
we're- no,
are,
I'm not
but
saying
we'll work with
I
them.
agree with you, but I don't think if we're not making anything and we're losing money and they go to another town, I certainly don't want that, but, if we're losing money, I don't think that's in our best interest either.
Let's just take a look at the
Yeah.
schedule. And
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know how
See what's up.
much money we're losing. I mean,
Right.
we've been able to survive for so many years
And we
with
can
this.
say we're losing money when we're paying for all these clubs, but we all recognize the benefit outweighs the cost of all these wonderful
May I make a
extracurricular
comment?
activities we
The
provide.
Sports Foundation is building a new building off of 5 Points. Am I correct or incorrect?
Trying to.
And that's a $1.2 million project.
No, it's way less than that. That's what the township proposed, and they never got it done.
Where's the funding coming from? Who's funding that project?
It's the state.
The state?
Yeah.
Through grants?
Yup. Yup.
Okay. All right, let's
Yeah.
keep the conversation open. Like I said, I definitely don't believe the district should lose as a whole. I certainly want to always have our kids in our sports programs and be happy, but we can't cut our nose to spite our face either, you know what I mean? So let's continue the conversation. Anybody else have any comments for new business? I'll make a comment. I just want to welcome Mr. Wickberg to our board again. I know you served a year or so ago. We appreciate you volunteering again. Congratulations on your election, and we're all looking forward to working with you.
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, so thank you so much. All right. Anybody else have any new business or comments? Nothing? Richard, you don't want to say anything? No? Nothing? Okay, at this time, I'm going to call for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.
All right, great, thank you.
Yeah. All right.